Hey, Tic Tac here with a little guide update about the Phaedra launch. Since last time when I did my guide, I didn't quite have the insight that I have now about how the launch works exactly and how to make it more consistent. After talking with Sean a little bit, I have to take back a few of my claims, more or less. It's still correct that it's a bit harder on 30, but there's a lot more skill involved than luck than I thought. So let's say if you do it perfectly every time rather than it being a, what did I say, 30% success rate versus 90, it's more like a 60 versus 90. There's still some variance on the direction, but I have to admit it's not as big as I thought. With practice, but it's obviously still more comfortable on 60 just because of like more consistent angles and the way Wander flies. But that's besides the point. Here I am to show you the strategy that makes it more consistent and how to get the Shakeless thing after. One little reminder, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend this strat at all. I will link Plush's tutorial and a guide from Foxy that shows an alternative which is way more consistent and absolutely fine for the start, since this strategy is only really worth it when you get to a point where optimizing every Colossus becomes a priority once you are decent enough at all the strats. And yeah, I will also link my old guide anyway, just because some of the ideas, like for example the timing if you get shaken, or the hammer hop itself, which is an alternative strat, still apply. But yeah, this is definitely like a better way of doing the launch. So here we go. So first of all, you jump to aggro. It's a usual jump onto aggro on modern or modern remapped. On classic you also have to hold R1, but I feel like grabbing on like that and spamming the horse button instantly is more consistent with the way the setup works. And when you try to jump kind of early-ish, maybe even earlier than that, because it allows you to be on the leg earlier and reposition before you get shaken. This was still fine, but you know, rather earlier than later basically. And then you jump spam and do a jump to reposition like that. That allows Wander to be in the right position to do the launch basically consistent enough for it to be viable. Sometimes Wander will kind of slide up and fall back down. That is also fine as a positioning. It worked for me as well. A few things that can happen is that Wander shakes. In that case, watch my old guide on the timing for that, but there it becomes actual RNG if it works or not. If you're farther back and shake, it still works well enough. And yeah, that's about the thing you have to know. You jump early, spam a short jump to reposition, and then you just time the side jump. For a bit of basic background, it would be best if you know how to do the Argus launch or the Bastron launch. Both would be fine because it's the same kind of side jump, so I won't go into detail here. If you're starting out, try to learn Argus and Bastron first before even considering this strategy, because this is basically an advanced version of those two. And yeah, the timing of it is a bit feel-based. Basically, you want to side jump a tad before Phaedra does the leg movement. And yeah, you have an easier timing if Wander shakes. If Wander doesn't, you just wait for the other leg to stop and then you do the side jump to land. Again, I will show this all in one go for better understanding until that point. Jump up, reposition, side jump when the other leg is down and you feel like the other leg is about to go up. This is actually the better case. Wander can grab in two different ways. One of them is without a shake, which happens way less on 30 frames compared to 60 frames, in what I've seen. Like, don't take all my words with a grain of salt, because I guess I'm biased. But it can definitely happen on 30 like it does here for me. But there's two different ways of doing this whole setup depending on if Wonder shakes or not. Here, once Wonder lands, no shake. And in this case, the strategy is the following. You go up instantly and then you kind of jump up the side and try to be at the neck as fast as possible. So you kind of, yeah, like that. Then you do one full half charge, one quick charge, and you get the Shakeless. I'll show it again real quick. Basically, you go up the side next to the spine. And that should be Shakeless almost every time. If Wonder shakes, there's a different approach, and I'll find a quick video for that, and then I'll try to, be done with the video more quickly than usual. Give me a second. Okay, I kept on searching, and the video that fit the most was the one I did during the German marathon. So don't let the overlay distract you. I literally couldn't find a different one. Anyway, this is HT, but doesn't matter. I got confused with muscle memory, so I basically did the same thing I would do in NTA. So here, same approach. I go up to a leg, jump up. So here I can actually see that it also works when you shake, because here I landed a bit too late, I think. Let me just double check that, why that happened. Yeah, I definitely did the launch too late, but I'm still in a good position. So I just did the timing that I explained in my other video. So right after, short hop, and here I land way farther to the right rather than to the left, which means I shake. And if you shake, the approach is the following. You get up, go straight to the spine, and then you do a long hop and another long hop, and then you're here and it's shakeless. It's a bit of a different approach, because if you do the approach I showed earlier, Phaedra will just notice you. It's a weird thing, but it works every time. So shake, jump up from that little bump to here without grabbing. Once you're kind of here, you do a long jump. You do another kind of quick long jump, and then you do that. And that works every time as well. So I hope this video was helpful. I will link all the other guides that are relevant to this subject in the description. And yeah, that was my little update video. Have fun and good luck with the runs.